Okay, so hi guys. Today I'll be looking at some rules of indices. In the last session, we looked at algebra in terms of collecting like terms. Right, if you have not liked, shared, or subscribed, guys, please do that. That would really help my channel. If you are watching this on TikTok, come over to my YouTube to be able to watch the full video. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Okay, so for indices, there are about 10 rules, okay? But for the purpose of this session, I will only be looking at, I think, about 6 or 7. So let's just say 6 rules is what I'll be looking at for the purpose of this session. But if it happens to be 7, that's fine. Right. Okay, so the first rule, if you are in year 9, 10, or 11, should start learning all of this. If you have two terms multiplying each other and then they have powers, okay, because of the multiplication the powers will be added to each other provided that the base numbers are the same, or the base letters. Okay, this won't work if you have for example, if you have a to the power of b and g to the power of, let's say, c. It's not going to work because the base letters are different. So the base letters have to be the same for this rule to work. Sorry, this should be times. So times g to the power of c. So instead, we're just going to write this as a to the power of b, g to the power of c. So that rule has not worked for us to be able to add b and c together. Okay, so I'm just going to cross that one out. So, but where it works, so this is how it works. If you're given 5p squared q to the power of 3 times 3p q to the power of 4. So I'm going to break this down. This means that we have 5 times p squared times q to the power of 3 times 3 times p times q to the power of 4. So that's literally what all of these means, right? That p by itself, this one here, we can write it as p to the power of 1. If remember, I've said before that when something is to the power of 1, or when something is on its own, there is an imaginary 1 there that they don't write down, but it's there. Okay, so we can bring all the like ones together. So I can rearrange it like this, 5 times 3. And I've got all my p, so p to the power of 2 and p to the power of 1. Then I have all my q's, q to the power of 3 and q to the power of 4. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. Then I can do p to the power of 2 plus 1, because you're adding the powers when the base letters and numbers are the same, and times q to the power of 3 plus 4. Okay, so that gives us 15 p3 q7. That will be the final answer. So that's that first rule. I will move on to the next one. The next rule here, when you are dividing, okay, provided the base letters or numbers are the same, the powers will be subtracted. Okay, so we're going to apply that here. X to the power of 6 divided by x to the power of 2. The base letters, x and x, they are the same, so we'll write x to the power of 6 minus 2. And that will give us x to the power of 4. Okay, next one. The third rule is where you have a power outside the standard equation you've been given. So there's a power inside, a power outside. The power that's inside and outside will multiply each other. So that's multiple powers you've got there. So this is already solved. X to the power of 3 and then to the power of 2. It'll be x to the power of 3 times 2 is equal to x to the power of 6. So the only time you'd multiply like that is when you have multiple powers, okay, separated by brackets. So let's say, for example, I have 9 to the power of, let's say, 4, open bracket, power of 3. Okay, I can write that as 9 to the power of 4 times 3, and that's equal to 9 to the power of 12. So that's the rule. Next one is rule 4. This is where it says that anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. So if I have x to the power of 0, that is 1. B to the power of 0, that is 1. 50 to the power of 0 is also 1. 1000 to the power of 0 is 1. So basically any number at all, any letter at all, anything. Okay? Remember the word anything, so power of 0 is 1. So anything. Right, moving on to rule number 5. This is also pretty easy. Anything to the power of 1 is itself. Okay, so let's say 6 to the power of 1 is just 6. 13 to the power of 1 is just 13. 1000 to the power of 1 is just 1000. So anything to the power of 1. And bear in mind, they use the word anything. Just make sure that. Okay. So they use the word anything, meaning that even when you deal with letters, x to the power of 1 is just x, y to the power of 1 is just y. Okay. So moving on to the next rule, rule number 6. 1 to the power of anything is equal to 1. Okay, so let's say 1 to the power 10 is 1. 1 to the power 5 is 1. And the reason for this is that if you say, for example, we have 1 to the power of 5, right? That means 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. So you're just doing 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. You can carry on no matter how many times you do that, you will always arrive at 1. So that's the rule for that. Okay, we've got one more rule. The power of a fraction applies to both the top and the bottom of the fraction. So I always say to students, whatever you do to the top, do the same to the bottom. So you're trying to be fair. So here we have A over B, which is in a bracket, we've got C on the outside. It means that that C affects A, it also affects B. So if I have 2 over 5, okay, and then in bracket, and I have a power on the outside, so let's say 3, for example, that then means that I have 2 to the power of 3 and also 5 to the power of 3. That 3 on the outside affects everything in the bracket. Then that will give me 8, and this will give me 125. Okay. Right, so we're going to take a look at a few questions just to put all of these to test. One second. Okay, so let's try a few questions. This is one of the ones that I did earlier. So I'm gonna fly through this. So 5 times 3, this p to that p, and that q to that q. So 5 times 3 is 15. This will be p to the power of 2 plus 1, okay? And this one is q to the power of 3 plus 4. So that gives me 15 p to the power of 3, q to the power of 7. So I've just flown through that because I've answered that question earlier. Okay, this one, I'll take my time on this. So work out the value of 3 to the power 4 times 3 to the power 7 and divided by 3 to the power 8. So there are two rules going on here. You solve the top one first before including the bottom one. That's the one good way to do it without getting confused. Okay. So if I do the top one first, I know my rule is as provided the base numbers are the same. So I have 3, I'm just going to collect one of them. That means then that I can add the powers because of the multiplication sign. Underneath, I still have my 3 to the power of 8. So right now I have 3 to the power of 11 over 3 to the power of 8. Now, looking at it this way, this line in the middle is the same thing as divide. So I have 3 to the power of 11 divided by 3 to the power of 8. That's what that line in the middle means. So you just write 3 to the power of 11 minus 8, which is equal to 3 to the power of 3. That's our final answer. Now, on this part, you can jump all of this. So you can skip all of this part and just go straight to 3 to the power of 11 minus 8. And that gives 3 to the power of 8. So I've only just done this to help you understand the meaning of that fraction there. Okay, let's try another question. Oh, sorry, there should be 3 to the power of 3 here. Okay, let's move to the next one. So this also combines two rules there. So you solve this part first before solving the other part. So we have 3 squared into bracket power of 3. So if I do that first, that part means 3 squared times 3. And then I'm dividing all of that by 3 to the power of 4. Then this becomes 3 to the power of 6 divided by 3 to the power of 4. And that then equals to, again, the base numbers here are the same. So I have 3 and 3, just take one of the 3's. And then that means I can I can subtract the power when I have division. The final answer is 3 to the power of 2. If they want you to solve it completely, your answer will be 9. And sometimes they are happy with you leaving your answer in the index form. And finally, let's try this one. Work out the value of 20 to the power of 1 plus 100 to the power of 0. So if you remember our rule earlier, any number to the power of 1 is just itself, or anything to the power of 1 is itself. I'll write down 20 plus anything to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, so 100 to the power of 0 is 1. And that gives us 20 plus 1. The final answer is 21. Okay, please share, like, subscribe, and see you in the next session. Bye.